Koss ESP950s. Electrostatics. So Koss, let me think, turned it to German. Started with the Pro DJ 100s. My first headphone review was a set of Koss. And I remember, haven't seen the review in a while, but I remember I was like, really good build quality, and need the pads changed, obviously, and that was like review 1. And they were like bassy, and I moved aside. Then the next Koss product I cared about was the Porta Pros, which I remain to this day as like a fucking miraculous miracle for like $21 or $30, whatever they are. Little tiny, little on here. Oh. Then we reinvigorate my Koss experience with those fucking things over there. Those like tan airplane, don't even talk about those. And we get to this. So it's a Koss. It's electrostatic. It's I don't have a pair of STAX out to compare them against, because I don't think they compete against STAX. If anything, they would compete against my 207s before I modded them, and the mod I did to them made them like insane. But even then, these still don't have the same imaging or soundstage, but they are electrostatic. You still get that sound of, you know, this giant ear speaker blasting sound at you. Now, these are not the stock pads. We have to talk about, this is going to be strange, and you're going to enjoy it. Or it's going to be strange, and you're going to hate it. That's the way the cookie crumbles with a Z review. Now, these come with an amplifier, or an energizer, I should say. I'm feeding it off the Geshelli Labs Enog, by the way, using the Periapt RCAs. Not like that matters. I don't give a shit. But they're pretty, and I like to use them. So let's I guess we'll look at the build of these first. I mean, they're pretty good. Oh, God, oh, fuck, no. No. Oh, never mind. Yeah, they detach. Did I get somebody? I got somebody. Somebody got just now. Yeah, no, the bag is there. And these are the only headphones that I know of that literally come apart. And then you could store them like that. I love this, by the way. In case you're wondering if I think it's bad, no. This is, I wish my STAX did this, because it's so much easier to like just do that and this, and then you put it in a little, that's it. Here's the label. Here's the part that comes off. There's a little button back here, and this just has just a hole, and you got to go in, and you got to go and this doesn't matter which direction it's in, because it's the same either way you put it. You do have to pull it out though, or else you can't get it to actually clip in. Make sure you haven't fucked the wire up too bad, because since they're individual at this point, you could sort of mess that up. That's fine. And you have to push the button, and then push the button, and look. Wow. That's the first. I think that's the first. Is that the first? Hey, wall of fucking history. Why don't you all come apart, you bastards? It does lead to a very straight, like you see that? You see how it's up? And then if I just do this, it sort of collapses. I kind of wish it had a little bit of a click stop, because when you're wearing them, you pull them down and this expands, but this doesn't stretch very far. So like, I don't know, move it. They feel strange on your head a little bit. Like I want them to be down. There's a verticality to the placement of them, where if you put your ear like that in the bottom of the cup, it sounds different than when if you expand it and have your ear in the top of the cup, and then front and back changes it a little bit. So it can be a little fiddly on your head. And when you go to adjust it, this just sort of like moves at whatever side decides to move. So you could end up looking at it like that and crooked, and you have to take them off. And when you take them off, they're so loose, it's just going to flop down. So placement gets a little strange. It also doesn't have forward and backwards twisting. It just, whatever play is in the actual assembly does that. Which, it works sometimes. They're so big. And I'll get to the stock pads in a second. Attach wire. And actually, this is running on an extension right now. This is the actual length. And this is going to come up a little bit. Like, why is Why is it like a 3-foot length? Why would you why would you do that? We'll get to why we'll do that. So they disassemble. They're really light plastic. It feels cheap. I think that's like a standard thing. People like to talk about the Mr. Speakers coming up electrostatics of being like really well built, but sounding and maybe because they need to be built like shit, and then they'll sound great. I won't know until I hear them. So anyway, back on. They are. The best way I could compare these is sort of like to the Edition X. Do they sound better than Edition X hi-fi mins, which are planars but not electrostatic? They don't have as much low end. Look, this review does not matter how these sound, honestly, because I still think STAX are better than they are. And the only pair of these on Amazon, if you should click the link in the description, it was $1,000 for this setup. But, and this is a huge round but. We're gonna get to why these are the craziest thing that's ever been put onto the headphone market, and I'll explain why in a second. Let's look at the amp or the Energizer. It's probably the cheapest thing I've ever experienced. Power button here, which when you turn it on is red for a split second and then is green, and I don't know why it would go red if I haven't been able to over juice it or anything. So okay, you get the green LED, thank you. Your volume control is a dual knob, which I'm gonna put this gently for you people who own this knob sucks, because STAX does the dual knob too. See right here, there's an inner ring and an outer ring, and one does left channel, one does right channel. And that's fine because they're friction locked together. So if you adjust it, then you just turn the whole knob and it stays like that. These are not friction locked together. So you got to turn this one and you got to turn this one, and you're just changing one channel at a time. So even if you get them up here, let's get it up to like volume, then you adjust it slightly. Now, every time you touch this to control the volume, you have to grab both. And I could tell you, after doing this 3 times, it's not centered. So literally getting these and playing with this is just a test in patience. You have to want to balance it every fucking time you touch the volume. So what I did basically is set this and then use Fubar's volume control. I was going to pull out the Emotiva Control Freak just to make everyone jealous, because everyone seems to want that. If I put that on a yard sale, I would put a minimum bid of $500 because they don't make it anymore, and it's the greatest fucking thing ever. But point is, that sucks, Koss. You can't make it so that there's just put 2 knobs on the other sides of the thing like a fucking pinball machine while you're at it. Moving on. Headphone Connection, or the ear speaker. It says phones. It should be ear speakers. Koss, get your shit right. It's a 5-pin, just like a STAX, but the pins are rearranged in a way that you don't use a STAX connector. And why do they do this? We don't know. You have to buy an adapter. Guess what? I didn't buy an adapter. And everyone says these sound much better on a STAX amp than this plastic box. But it's like $90 or $200 for the fucking adapter. And I'm like, I'm not spending $200 on an adapter wire to see it. I'm calm. I'm going to take off the extension now, by the way. Which is, how long is this extension? 7 feet? A little more than 6 feet? Probably 2 meters? 2 metre. It is a 2 metre. I'm going to wrap it up. So the Energizer itself is very light and made of cheap plastic. It has, here's your headphone. Here's an audio input. It's got a 3.5mm input on the front, which is, I guess, nice for auxiliary. RCA's in the back, which are black because all old things are black. There's no like red. You have the little R above it. So you plug that in. You get your power plug here, which is a 9-volt DC 1 amp input. Okay, this is a box. Super light, super light. We'll get to why it's light. I figured this out, and I don't think anyone talks about this. So let's put the extension away in the bag. And let me just point something out. I remember my father's cameras from like the 80s and 90s. Like he had the bags for every camera he's ever owned. And this would be like the crown jewel. because this is, I don't think it's not leather. Are you leather? It doesn't feel like leather. It's simulated leather, but it says Koss Electrostatic, and it's got that fucking feel, and it's got, for some reason, this, like, that's your handle, I guess. It does have shoulder strap in the side pocket here that, look, you can clip on. So you either have this as your handle, or you can extend that to be a shoulder strap. And again, it clicks onto your brain. Why? Who's taking this anywhere? But wait, we're not there yet. The side pockets are exactly CD size, if you haven't noticed. That's perfect for a CD or a CD player. And I'm thinking what I just said, CD player is gonna come in. So let's open it up. You got multiple pockets. There's boxes in here that hold the transformer. One holds the energizer. Here are the original pads, by the way. These are the David Wong, Darren Fong. So the owner of these, sent these to me, and then he ordered these pads and sent those to me. And I could tell you that $1,000 set of anything shouldn't have these. They weren't uncomfortable. They weren't terribly uncomfortable because there's no clamp. There's nearly no clamp. It's just they're so big and so light. It was just, ooh. But putting on like actual sheepskin and velour with memory foam in it, always a welcome thing. And I think it did improve the sound a bit. Now, what we're coming here for, okay. Is it time? Is it time? I think it's time. Are you ready for this? Are you ready? Are you fucking ready, Internet? Now, these cock rings are actually from my water filters, but we're gonna put some cock rings on this. Why is Zeos putting cock rings on that? Okay, we're gonna shut this off. We've taken the extension off of this, so it's short. Now we're gonna plug this in. Now we're gonna take out the thing that came with it. Okay, you people picking up what I'm putting down so far? Because I hope you are. Let's see, we'll do it this way. This is a standard accessory. This came with it. Do you understand? Are you following me so far? Okay. So there's 6 C batteries. We're gonna unplug this RCA in the back. Oh, it also comes with RCAs. It comes with right angle RCAs labeled Koss, right angle to right angle, and then right angle to 3.5 millimeter, and 3.5 millimeter to 3.5 millimeter. It doesn't come with a FIO X7, which is fine. But we're gonna do this. Okay. Yes, good. And now, oh, by the way, when you plug into the 3.5 on the front, it doesn't disable the RCA inputs. It just mixes them, so you got a big fucking cacophony of noise. So unplug, plug. Why, Koss? Why am I able to do this, Koss? What is the... Who? Who are you? Who? Are we absorbing what's happening right now? Are we feeling it? Are we understanding that I am that they have built specifically with a shoulder strap in your bag? And I believe you're supposed to leave it in the bag to do this. I just put the cock rings on it because people are insane and they do this anyway. This is like a normal size stack for an audiophile walking around in public. Why? Why? This, and I'm just I gotta use my stupid volume knob. This is an anomaly. Nobody asked for this. Nobody asked. And for an electrostatic, and it's got the short portable sized cable, and it comes with a 3.5 to 3.5, which might not be for this, but it's fucking doing it. I was like, someone said, hey, you want to review the Koss electrostats? And I'm like, yeah, sure. Okay, whip them out. Yeah, I wasn't super interested. Then they arrived. Then I unboxed them a while back, and then I saw this box, which I was like, what the fuck is this? Because I'm not told anything, and I opened it up, and it said C batteries, and I'm like, oh my God. They want me to go to the park with these. It's 30 degrees out right now, or I would go outside to film this review, but I'm not going to. So, no one talks about these with this. This is their design purpose. This is why they fall. This is why they break apart. This is why the bag has a shoulder strap. This is why it's a bag that's like that that'll hold CDs and a CD player on the other side. This is the weirdest. Who made the decision? Look, I'm not upset by this. I'm not upset by this. In fact, this STAX amp, I'm pretty sure if I built my own cable and reversed the positive negatives like normal, I could run that on a battery pack, 12 volt. But at least with STAX, the actual headphone cable is like 6.5 feet long. That's not designed for portable use. This is a portable set of electrostats. There's no other word to describe it. There's no other way to go about talking about this. So as much as I say, well, I think STAX beat them out, STAX, you're stuck here. You're fucking stuck here, buddy. Whereas I could just do this, and there's no hackery. There's no all I did was these are the zero water filter seals that when I undo the filter, I just keep a couple of these. I brought us some other rubber bands in case I needed those. Don't need them. Go with the black on black cock ring Koss setup. This is dumb. I love it. Thank you, Koss. Thank you for being weird. Because Koss has this, the KSC75s, which I haven't talked about yet. I'm going to do that in the big review with those. Where they just clip on your ears and they're like $19. They're fucking amazing. They're like, oh, don't want eye signs or these $20 things that clip on your ears and make you look stupid. And it's going to be like a tough decision, except you're not going to get... Why? And I've been running this off of the battery pack mostly because I can go and sit on my couch. Just abandon this fucking prison of a desk and just wander into any more comfortable part of my apartment and listen to these and tell you that they sound good enough. Maybe not $1,000. Just I think if I had to put a price, Zeos, what is this worth? If this was $500, $600, I think you get sold. I think it's sold. I think I'm sold on them. Just for that bag. But 1,000's pushing it, buddy. 1,000 buys you this player and a $300 set of headphones. Keep that in mind. So math. This is insane, Koss. You're insane. Please keep being insane. There's too many places out there that are not. And I'd really like they gave you the extension in case you just happen to want to use this at home. I don't even know why they gave you a power transformer. They should have not even bothered. They should give you a rechargeable battery pack that you have to charge and run the thing off of. And this is weird mad voodoo. Do I think the electrostatic amplifier lets these down? It's possible. I won't know until I hear a set powered by something else. Now, I've gone into detail on reviewing like the STAX versus another STAX versus the Woo-Wee versus the i5 being powered by like the MOT. So I know there's differences in electrostatic amplifiers, and I would have loved to know if I could have just, shoved paper clips in here and made it match up and do. But it didn't. So, I mean, a couple really nice innovations with this. I love the fact they literally push this button and then it comes off. By the way, taking it off made the pad change so much easier. Just like, oh yeah, just peel this off, put it on, then you just, it doesn't click. You gotta go click. Click. There you go. From a sound standpoint, what are we asking? 660s of these? I want my 660s. STAX versus these. these have a different, less absurd sound. Sometimes STAX sound narrower than this, like the L300s, L500s. I don't think have the soundstage this does, but they have more detail. And then the 207s and the 207 Ultras are just like, oh my fucking god, bass and imaging. And the L700s are God incarnate. So I don't compare things to L700s. When the HE1s are here, when someone offers to send me their HE1s, then I'll pull the L700s out for a comparison. So yeah, this is a perfect set of Zeos headphones. Because it's not headphones. It's not just it's a system that is designed to be carried into your kitchen or bathroom, and then you walk out with it. I don't understand. I do understand. Audiophiles are crazy, and Koss saw an opportunity. They saw an opportunity to feed the crazy. Come here, crazy person. Come here, crazy audiophile. Eat out of my hand. Look, you could take electrostatics on the go. If you own a set of these, and I don't think the number is going to be many. This video may get 11 to 15,000 views in the first week it's out. If any of you people own this, please tell me, have you ever, did you get the battery pack with it? And have you ever went out and actually bought C batteries? Who the fuck has C batteries anymore? Nothing uses C batteries. Not even vibrators use C batteries. They're all self-charging. I had to go buy a giant Costco package of C batteries. What am I going to do with the rest of those now? Throw them at homeless people? This is Philly. That is a possibility. Don't do that, by the way. But yeah, so now I've got this just... The volume knob is really... The thing that I hate the most... I don't hate the plastic of the thing because it has to be light. I don't hate that this feels light and shitty. It just feels... I'm used to it with electrostatic headphones. Like those feel... Oh... But these are electrostatic, so obviously they have to be... They have to feel or it's not right. But the knob, the volume knob is the killer. Just the inability for it to turn at the same time. It's over. It's fucking over. So you'd have to adjust volume here on your portable like that. Set it and forget it. Or I thought about getting heat shrink or some tape and just setting it once, praying that you don't, because I'm talking about like this much. That's balanced and balanced. You got a channel imbalance now. So you'd have to set it and drop crazy glue on it or something. I understand why they do it. Some people need to, there is a channel imbalance possibility with electrostatics more than other things, so you might want to have to do that. But, ooh, annoying. Okay. This is a relatively short review. How do they sound? See, and here's another thing that's a problem with the volume control. That was the Doors just playing. You ever listen to the Doors? He sings like over there out of the left channel. So I'm trying to balance it, and I make him sing in the middle. I fucking got the right channel blasting. So it's completely off. And you have to go and you either have to make a mono track that you could check it on. It's not great. This one I'm going to talk about, but this one you could just, set, and then they both move. Like until you go to the very bottom and then drag it over. They're set together, and this just doesn't set together. Green LED. Green LED makes it a 12 out of 10. Just, they would sell, I'm trying to pause it here, and I'm realizing this, like, no, it's here, it's Beach Boys are here. Best of the Beach Boys. So, yeah, this is, insane. Thank you, Koss, for making an insane thing for me to talk about. Yeah, this is ridiculous. I think I even use these on my live stream for a little bit to hear cheese. I hook my Bluetooth receiver up into this, and I put this setup in my backpack, and just had this wire come out of the backpack and over my, and just, I was wandering around my apartment, just listening to Ventrilo on fucking this, because I can. This is a why did they do this? Because they can. Because, they really realize this only needs 9 volts, just like that only needs 12 volts. Let's just make it, let's give this option. Give the option. I think this was designed from the ground up to be portable. How's that? And the fact that you could sit here on a desk, so just as far as portable headphones go, these sound pretty fucking good. All right, wallpaper, downloadable in the description. Patreon, which supports this channel, which helps ship these things back and forth from and to people. Actually, it's mostly back to people. They pay shipping to me because I don't know what they want. But that, Patreon, upper right description again. links to this. I'll find a link to this. Maybe I'll find a link to that. Maybe I'll find a link to, I don't know. I'll link something in the description. A fanny pack. Big ass fanny pack. You could just pop this whole thing in there, and then you're rocking. Because that's too much. That's gone too far. A fanny pack with this in it. Now we're talking. So yeah, I appreciate you stopping by and watching me just lose my fucking mind. I'm going now. A sound demo, by the way, is also in the description. And these were hard. I did the sound demo already, and these real hard to fucking place. So they sound better than the sound demo is going to demonstrate. Just a word on that. Yeah. Okay. Okay.